Hey guys, so I'm going to tell you about my story upon diagnosis of being prescribed Tysabri, a monthly infusion. Um, the infusions were not in any proper clinic setting, they were in the office of a secretary, so I just sat in the chair, got the drip, and I thought, this ain't good, I don't like this, I don't like having to come back here every month to do this. So it was 2008, the end of, I'd been on Tysabri a couple of months and I determined this is just not working for me. So I started looking, searching, researching for other drugs. I don't know how I came upon it because my neurologists and nurses at the hospital weren't even familiar with it. It was that new. I was surprised that I continued down pursuing this drug to get a prescription for it, because in the clinical trials done on it, almost 100% or maybe 100% of people died on the trial. So this should have been enough to make me look other directions. I kept going, and I read everything about it. It had originally been a candidate for cancer therapy. It did not work, but it works for multiple sclerosis. So I took Tysabri for maybe 12 months. In fact, 12 months I took it. And then it was just not working. It was not doing anything for me. I was still, could move, fatigued. I had a mobility scooter at this stage. And I quit Tysabri and I said, it's no good. I've got something else for you I want you to give me. And I said, I want Campath, which now today we know as Lemtrada. So first off, the nurses really didn't know what I was talking about, Campath. And it took me a year on no medication. Well, actually, I tried LDN during that year. Did nothing for me too. My MS diagnosis was big, you know, it was 40 lesions on my brain. That's a lot. So it took a year of no drugs for me, patiently telling the neurologist, I will take nothing, only Campath. So because I was difficult, awkward client, patient, as I often can be, never want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I will say what I have to say. So after a year on compassionate grounds, because the drug was still in trial, unproven, and I was the nut guy, mad guy, saying this is going to work for my multiple sclerosis. Well, I had the first infusion in the hospital. I had to stay in for 5 days. I think they do it as an outpatient most places, but in Ireland you got to stay in during the infusion period, 5 days. And then the following year, 3 days. And I did indeed have severe multiple sclerosis, so the following year I had a second round of Lemtrada. So I had 4 administrations of Lemtrada, I guess maybe in total. But it worked. It worked. I knew it would work. I knew it worked. I knew it. And it did. And as a result, I have no monthly hospital appointments or anything like that. They cut me off actually, which I found a little bit disconcerting because they used to be on my back. Like, we need bloods, we need this, we need that. Got Lemtrada, bye-bye, good luck. And it's, yeah, I'm having great luck. So I missed that a little bit of social removed for me. But I mean, it's removed the whole reason for me to ever go to a hospital. I don't need to, for any purpose or reason. So yeah, digging my feet in was, I remember nurses and doctors staring me down, telling me, what do you think you know? You're not a doctor. We know the prescriptions you should have. What is this Campath thing you're talking about? I knew. Yeah, so I will never look back on the experience with Lemtrada, which it won't work for everybody. Don't get me wrong, no drug does. Everybody's different. But for me, in the year coming up to it, when I quit Tysabri, in fact, probably while I was even on Tysabri, as well as going deep research on treatments for multiple sclerosis, what did I do? I don't remember now. Oh yeah, I got really on top of my inner health, like in terms of I was taking vitamins, I was taking supplements, I was taking minerals. I think I was taking about 15 tablets a day throughout that year. So I was like, I could barely move, but I was putting all the right things into my body. So I was preparing myself. I don't think if you're sick and you take a medicine, well, you hope it's going to work. But if you're doing everything you can to be well, and then you take the medicine, I think you're going to have better outcomes with it. So I was prepped and I was ready for getting the Lemtrada. My wife remarked that when I arrived at the hospital for that first 5-day period, I had to use 2 walking sticks coming into the hospital. My gait was so unsteady. And then when she collected me 5 days later, I was dancing. Wow, I was doing really good. So you gotta sometimes be an outlier, be an outsider, be the black sheep in the thousands of white sheep, the only one demanding something. Don't be afraid. People ask me, Mike, how did you do that? And I told them, I said, I refused the drugs they were giving me, and I declared that I would take no other drug except this drug. And that was it. They could do nothing on this. So, you know, you've got power in your refusal. Refusal is a great power. You can refuse to do something. It's powerful. And I had to do that in the process. So yeah, I don't know what the story is nowadays with Lemtrada. Is there some issues with it? Maybe, I don't know. But when I got it, it was amazing. It was the original recipe, if there is a difference in the Campath, Campath to Lemtrada, the earliest versions of it. But for me, it worked amazing. Okay guys, thanks. Have a nice day. See ya. Bye.